A few weeks ago, we talked about an imperfect Japanese matchlock. Thanks to the comments, we've learned that this kind of asymmetrical stock actually has a long history in Europe. I'm not sure if there's a direct link between the Japanese and the European designs. That's a complex historical question that would require a lot of inventors to settle. But anyway, we might as well learn more about the European version. Before we dive into the story, let's define three terms: cast off, cast on, and neutral cast. Cast off bends the stock to the right, viewed from above, with the barrels pointing away. It is typically made for right-handed shooters. Imagine mounting the gun on your right shoulder. This rightward sight allows your right eye to align with the rib without having to tilt your head, avoiding discomfort. Cast on bends the stock to the left, mainly for left-handed shooters, helping the left eye stay centered for a natural posture. Neutral cast, or zero cast, means there's no offset at all. The stock is perfectly straight, with a versatile design that suits general use or specific shooting stance, and is more convenient for mass production. These offsets aren't arbitrary. They typically range from 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch, measured at three key points: the comp, heel, and the toe. A proper cast helps distribute recoil evenly and improves consistency, whereas a poor fit can lead to sleeping, fatigue, or missed shots. Now, for the history, in the 18th century and earlier, firearms like flintlocks or early foaming pieces mostly had straight stocks. Neutral cast was the norm. Shooting back then was often fast and instinctive, prioritizing reload speed over a personalized feat. Gunmakers might occasionally bend a stock for a specific cleanse, but it wasn't a systematic practice yet. Plus, let's be honest, the accuracy of early muskets wasn't exactly great. To exaggerate a bit, the most lethal part of the musket might have been the bayonet. The turning point came in the 19th century. With the Industrial Revolution, gun making shifted from basic workshops to highly refined craftsmanship. London became the hub, with elite makers like James Pardee & Sons and Holland leading the way. They catered to nobility and dedicated hunters who demand a perfect gun fit. Right-handed shooters using straight stock often have to tilt their hands to align with the rib, which could cause inaccuracy or cheek discomfort. To fix this, gunmakers use steam and heat to bend the walnut stalks to the right, creating cast-off to better fit the human anatomy, such as eye-to-shoulder offset. This became standard during the transition from hammer to harmless shotguns, roughly between the 1840s and 1880s. The terms cast off and cast on likely come from British equestrian tradition. On referred to the near side or left side of the horse, and off to the far side or right side. Well, these terms began appearing in 19th century manuals. No single inventor is credited. It was the collective wisdom of generations of craftsmen. By the late 19th century, this level of customization had firmly established itself. Cast became standard on high-end European shotguns, especially for clean and bird huntings. In contrast, American makers like Winchester and Remington focused on repeating firearms, like palm and semi-autos. They favored the neutral cast for mass production, lower cast, and ambidextrous use, often viewing cast as a fancy European import. It only gained traction in the US in the mid-20th century, following the introduction of over-and shotguns like the Browning superposed in the 1920s. Coming back to the percent, Famous rifles like the AR and AK don't have any cast. They all use a neutral cast. Why is that? It's actually quite straightforward. High-end sporting and hunting shotguns rely on pointing, quick swimming at birds where your head position directly affects your line of sight. Cast aligns the eye naturally with the rib for speed and comfort. In contrast, rifles like the AR-15 or AK-47 are built for deliberate aiming with the eye sight or optic. Since the eye aligns through the sight, a bent stock offers little benefit and could even disrupt your cheek veil during stance changes, like going from standing to prone. Military designs prioritize mass production and reliability. A neutral cast works for both left and right-handed soldiers, cuts costs, and simplifies training. So, that's the story for today. If you have any thoughts, feel free to share them in the comments. Let's keep building this community together. Take care, stay safe, and have a great day. See you.